Okay, you guys, so before we get into today's video, this is my love, Tyler. You guys haven't seen him on this channel. However, I will let you guys know, like a little promo for you before we get into today's video. I will have a link down below. He actually posted on his channel his experience at the Queen Mary. He was attacked at 3 a.m., like no clickbait. He's not somebody who ever talks about things like this. Yeah. So if you guys want to see that, I'll have it linked below. But the reason he's here right now before we get into this story time is because I no longer have the physical evidence here. So I want to ask you before I get into today's video so that they know for validation purposes. Obviously you could lie for me, but you're very reputable.
No, it's definitely 100% true.
Hi my angels, it's Hailey Reese and I hope that you guys are having a fantastic morning, afternoon, night, whatever it is when today's video finally reaches you. Today's video is another story time and I've really been listening to what you guys want to see here on my channel. Story times were pretty much at the top of that list. And I've just said and so many times. I'm frazzled because I never ever thought that I would be making today's video. Today's video is wholeheartedly a true story. It's something that happened to me probably like around a year ago, I would say. I don't even remember the exact time frame, but it was long enough ago, definitely well over a year ago, I'd say. And I just never thought I'd talk about it. My friends knew about it, my family definitely knew about it, and it was very real to me. It was very scary to me. It was very scary to my family members. But I just never believed in my heart that I would share it for one very big reason. And that is, I never wanted to like inspire people to do something like this. Like I never wanted an incident like this to happen again. And I almost felt like if I ever talked about this and shared it with you guys, then maybe somebody on like some corner of the internet would stumble upon the video and think that it'd be funny to send me things like this again, whether it's a scam, like it's not really cursed or haunted or whatever the case is. And I never wanted to get an item like this again. But with that being said, I actually have somebody who filters through my PR and then passes it along to me now for multiple reasons. In fact, all right, I kind of got to just get into this story to kind of tell you guys and preface this whole entire shebang. So I have a P.O Box, and actually in one of our offices, I have a whole display, and it's adorable. Graham's made it, designed it, of all of the beautiful fan art that you guys send me, and I'm so appreciative. I filtered through every single letter, every single package, every single picture, like anything you guys send me gets passed along to me, and I read everything in detail, and I love it so much. I'm truly so thankful for you guys, and whenever I receive any bit of fan mail, even if it's just you guys sharing your stories or if it's a picture that you drew or whatever the case is, I'm so humbled and appreciative because it just feels, I just don't feel deserving sometimes for your guys' love and support. And I just appreciate it more than you'll ever know. And it's become a really happy part of my weeks and days is to just look through your guys' fan mail and get to know you on a personal level and just, I don't know, have a physical piece of who you guys are, as weird as that sounds. And so when I got this big giant box in the mail, I was really excited to open it up. It was heavy, it was giant, and it was directed to me. Now to preface this, I've received some unsettling things in my P.O. Box before. Things that I'm not even comfortable sharing because I feel like a lot of those people still watch me and I'm just like not comfortable in like offending them or like, I don't know. I don't know. The world can be a scary place and I've received some pretty creepy things, but majority of what I've received in my P.O. Box has been wonderful. And so I didn't open up this box because Mom and Graham's actually went to my P.O. Box and picked up all the packages for me. And they called me up and they were like, hey Hailey, there's a big giant box here and we are so eager to see what's in it. Do you mind if we open it up for you? And then we'll put everything back in and we'll bring it to you and you can look through it. And I was like, of course, go right on ahead. Now, I want to kind of give a disclaimer here. If you've ever sent me a box of anything remotely close to this, people have sent me boxes like this in the past and they've had items like this and things like this and it was just like harmless or for the sake of horror and like I appreciated it. So I never imagined that this box would actually be like so dark and just so like, I don't know. So I told them that they could open it, and they were really excited to open up the box, and I didn't hear from them for a while. And I specifically remember that I was cleaning through my closet and going through my clothes at this moment in time. Like, have you guys ever had an experience where it's so real to you what transpires next that you specifically remember, like, such an insignificant moment? Like, I filter through my clothes all the time. It's super normal for me. It's nothing out of the ordinary, but yet it still sticks out in my mind. Like, I can almost still smell the way the room was when they called me back. And I get a call back from them, and they both look as white as can be. And even Grams was just kind of speechless. And I was like, what? Like, what's in the box? Like, I don't understand. And they proceeded to tell me that the box was filled with, like, things from nightmares. The box had, like, printed out horrific images. And, like, I had gotten boxes prior to this that had printed out images and, like, horror stories in them. And, like, it was spooky, but it was never like this. There was printed out images. There was, like, handwritten notes and letters that were written in, like, Latin, it almost looked like. There was, like, satanic symbols all within it, and there was, like, crosses that had engraving into it in, like, symbols in a language that nobody could understand. There were USBs, there were CDs, there were, like, handwritten poems and letters, and most of all, there were, like, all of these religious things that had been pretty well mutilated. Like, it was, like, Jesus on the cross that was mutilated, and, like, crosses that had been, like, put specifically upside down and, like, pierced so that, like, the string that went through the cross could be on the opposite side, so the cross was hanging upside down. And I can't even tell you guys, like, some of the contents of this box because it's just so deeply disturbing. Like, the box was just so messed up, and there were, like, dozens of USBs and CDs in it, and it was like this ginormous box. And then there was, like, a satanic Bible in it, and, like, satanic literature, and, like, creepy enough, there was, like, this long letter in it, you guys, that was addressed to me, and how this box was created just for me, and how, like, I always speak of light, so this box was created just for me. And this was so long ago, you guys, I have really pushed it aside. I only thought of it today for a different reason, but I pushed it aside. So I don't really remember, like, exactly what the letter said, and I'm not going to try to, like, dramatize it or, like, say that certain things were in it, but I just remember that it was directed just towards me, and, like, the whole entire box and the contents in it were handpicked and chosen and just made just for me. And my mom and grandma are like, I think we should just throw it in the trash. Like, I don't think that you should see it. And I was like, honestly, like, I think that you should bring it here. I need to, like, assess the situation. I don't know what in the world I was thinking. I think I just thought, actually, that it was somebody who didn't like my content for the light aspect, so they tried to troll me or, like, send me something that, like, would freak me out. And so I told them, like, bring it here and then I'll dispose of it. Like, I just want to see it for myself. And my uncle really wanted to put the USBs and the CDs into his computer, and I was like, absolutely not. What if there's, like, some sort of, like, virus on it where it activates your webcam? I don't know. Like, I was just thinking the worst at that point, but what it really was so much worse. So Mom and Grams bring me this box to my house, which was just like, I don't even know what I was thinking, you guys. And at the time, I'd written my friends, and I was like, you guys have no idea. Like, I just got this box in my P.O Box. My mom and Grams and uncle say, like, it's... Wait, that's Grandma, actually, FaceTiming me. Hold on, I'll call her back and get her to tell you guys how real this is. Hold on, guys. Grams? Oh, Uncle Kelly's there, too.
Yeah.
I'm actually filming right now. Guess what story I'm telling?
What?
About that box that was sent to me in my P.O. Box like a year ago with all the satanic
all the
stuff.
weird stuff in it?
Yeah, and it was like USBs and like satanic like Bibles and like printed out images. Am I telling the truth about this?
Absolutely. You're not kidding, you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
There's scary movies too, don't forget.
Yeah, scary movies, like, oh, it was like so many creepy things, and, okay.
Absolutely.
I'm filming it right now. I ignored your call, and then I was like, oh, I'll answer it and show them that, like, this is real, so.
Oh. Well,
I'll call you back when I'm done filming.
All right.
Okay, I love you.
Okay. Love you too, bye.
Bye. So yeah, I went to ignore Grandma's call and like call her back after, but then I realized that she was part of the story. So, yeah, where was I with the story? I forget where I was. Oh, I know where I was. So I told my friends about it at the time, and I was like, you guys, my mom and grandma opened up like a P.O Box gift to me, and it's like this big giant box of satanic things. And like my grandma's right, there was also a whole bunch of scary movies in it, and like little like poems and things written on these scary movies, and it was just like so deeply disturbing. And I'd received a box like this prior where somebody had put like scary movies and printed out pictures and all that, but it was so harmless. Like that was just what they enjoyed, and they enjoyed my content. But this one was just so different. And my friends were like, Hailey, don't talk about this. Don't post a video on it. Don't like post it on your Instagram. Like just don't post about it, because you're probably going to give somebody ideas, or you'll make the person mad who sent it to you, and then you don't want that. So I thought I was never going to talk about it. And they bring the box to my house, and I specifically remember the box was put up on my island. It was in this condo. And I put it up on the island in my kitchen, and I looked through it, and I just couldn't even look through it any further. Like the images were disgusting. They were disturbing. They were like nasty. It was like, I don't even know, you guys, like mutilation, and just like, I can't even tell you guys. And the whole letter to me was like 5 to 10 pages long. It was like pages upon pages of horrifying things about this being addressed to me. And I'm not exaggerating that. I just don't remember the specifics, because like I said, after what would later transpire, I decided to not deal with it. So I looked through the box, and I decided that I kind of felt like the box might have just been a troll and somebody who didn't like that I push light, and just kind of wanted to either A, freak me out, or B, that's what they believe, and they kind of wanted to push it towards me. I don't really know what I thought the motive was, but where I think I went wrong is that I didn't really take the seriousness of like upside down crosses and all of these like mutilated religious items being in my house. And for some reason, I could get emotional thinking about it because it's so stupid. I kept the box in here probably for a week or so. I put it towards the front door because I live in a condo building, and the car... Oh, it's Grandma. Yeah?
Don't forget the upside down cross.
Yeah, I told them.
Oh, did you?
And how like there was like satanic Bibles and like creepy things written on all of the religious artifacts.
Yeah.
And how wasn't the letter to me like 10 pages long or so?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it said?
No, it was weird.
It was weird stuff.
Creepy stuff.
And do you remember, I'm about to get to that part of the story. Like, remember everything was going wrong? Do you remember what actually went wrong? I can't remember. Something really big happened, because I remember that I spoke to both Loie and Andrew, and they both said maybe it's the box.
They both said what?
Maybe it's the box.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what happened.
I can't either.
I've like pushed it aside. How long ago would you say that was? Like a year and a half ago?
Yeah, I'd say about that.
Okay. All right.
That stuff was way past creepy.
It was like disgusting. Like it was disturbing.
It was very disturbing, Hailey.
Yeah.
I burned the Bible.
You burned it?
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that. You took it out before you guys brought it here?
Yeah, I burned it. No, I burned it after. Remember when we looked at it and stuff?
Yeah.
I said I don't want that. I burned the Bible.
Oh, because remember the box was left here. So you took the Bible with you and burned it, the satanic one?
I burned it.
Okay. So I only had the box and like all the like artifacts in it.
After you said you didn't want any of it.
Yeah, but I dropped it down the garbage chute. I remember.
Yeah, but I took the Bible and burned it.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm going to finish the video. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay.
Okay, I love you. Bye. Gaining more insight. Grams is remembering things. So she said it's around a year and a half ago. And so okay, now I keep losing my train of thought because I keep talking to Grams and then I'm remembering more. So long story short, I had this box in my condo. Oh, yeah, that's where I was. So I live in a condo where you can't break the cardboard down and put it down the garbage chute. You have to physically take like all of your cardboard down and put it in the bin outside. So because I get so many packages and like, you know, oh, Blue's squeaking a toy. Because I get so many packages and stuff, I always kind of accumulate for the week like a couple of boxes in the front of my condo, and then I'll break them down and bring them down. So I'd put the box like kind of near the front of the condo, and it was there for a week. And I can't even remember, you guys. I wish I could remember None of us can remember, which is what's weird. But so many things were going wrong. Like, I can't even, and I remember it was big things, like life or death things. Like, I wish I could remember, but bad things were happening. And I think it was either Andrew or Loie at the time, one of the two, or maybe even both, looked at me and said, Hailey, what if it's that box? And I was like, oh my God, it's still in my condo. And I had a panic attack, and I called Grams and I called Mom, and I was like, all these bad things are happening and the box is still in here. Like, what if the items are cursed? Like, what, or even not just cursed, they're just deeply disturbing items. Like, what if they're bringing bad mojo into my apartment, which is what Tyler thinks it was too. And Grams came over here, and I don't remember her taking the Satanic Bible, but mind you guys, it wasn't just like a Satanic Bible that someone had bought at the store. Like, it had like writing in another language and symbols, like personally written on all the pages, and it looked used. It was like terrifying. And so I guess Grams took the Bible, but I specifically remember I said a huge prayer. I took the box and I like released it and said, like, I don't want this anymore, and I put it down the garbage chute, which in hindsight probably wasn't the best way to remove it, but I was so fed up. Like, I remember there were so many things happening that week, so many bad things. Like, Tyler says he remembers a bunch of things breaking. I don't specifically remember, but I know that one big event happened, and like my friends were like, Hailey, what if it's that box? Like, what if the box is the cause of the problem? So I just tossed it down the garbage chute. I didn't want it. Grandma says she burned that Bible. I don't know if that's the best thing to have done either, now that I'm thinking about it, Grams. I didn't even know she did that. I was just so distraught. And I think it took around like a couple of weeks, but after that, everything just kind of stopped, and I saged the place. I cleansed. And I saged the place, I cleansed the place, and nothing happened again. But in hindsight, I look back on the whole thing, and the minute that they opened that, we should have just gotten rid of it. I never should have brought it into my condo. I never should have even like looked through the things. We never actually looked through the USBs, so I don't even know what were on those, or the CDs. And yeah, I'd received things like that in the past. I didn't think anything of it, but so many bad things happened that I actually really truly believe that somebody sent me either like, well, they sent me demonic items, but I don't know if they were cursed or what. And now I really hope that by sharing this story time, people don't send me, please don't send me things, you guys. I won't even get them. Like, I have somebody hired to go through my PR stuff and like to go through all of my P.O boxes and then pass along the good things to me. So I won't even see it. You'll just be like putting harm on an innocent person, but not that I'm not innocent, I'm just saying, like, it won't reach me. But that is the story, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this personal story time. I can't even believe that it happened. It's truly like I haven't even exaggerated one section of this story. In fact, it's a lot worse than I've even let on. And I mean, I guess if you're a YouTuber watching this, or if you're somebody who works in anything where people can send you things, I'm sure you've had your own horror stories. This is just like the most traumatic to me because it was just so triggering. Just even seeing those items. I can't even believe I left it in my house, but I just thought it was a troll. Like, I really thought somebody didn't like that I was posting about positivity and wanted to upset me, but that's today's story time, you guys. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the whole thing, and that is it for today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, I would love it if you go ahead and click that subscribe button. And please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. Don't send people creepy things. Keep your own beliefs as your own beliefs. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. I love you guys.